What's going on, everybody? It's your boy John the Liquidator coming back with another live. And we have another game that we have to go over tonight, man. But more importantly, I want to talk about Kayla Clark, this current injury that she's dealing with. Basically, the Indiana Fever not being as transparent with the fan base as we will hope for, pretty much as we would expect them to be. I expected them to be way more transparent than what they've been with this injury. But we're going to talk about it all tonight. As you guys come into the room, shout out y'all city, shout out y'all state, smash that like button, man. We're going to talk about this game tonight shortly. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to dive all night into this game. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? At this point, they took the L. They lost. You know what I'm saying? They lost the damn game. And quite frankly, I'm not going to sit here and cry over spilt milk tonight. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. They lost, bro. Did you know how many were in attendance at the stadium? I don't know. But look, though, we will find out. We will find out shortly how many people was there. Satu Sabali has dropped out of the 2025 All-Star game. She is no longer on Team Caitlin. There is a photo floating around of Caitlin talking to another team, and many people is very much speculating that Kayla Clark could be trying to get the hell out of Indiana. Somebody said Indiana ain't ish without Caitlin. I have to agree with you there, buddy. Tonight, the press conference did come out. That's kind of the reason why I wanted to wait a little bit, man. I wanted to get all the press conference out and get it to where we could finally, you know what I'm saying, have everything flow right with the live, man. But as y'all coming to the live, smash this like button. Shout out y'all city, shout out y'all state. Let me know where y'all checking it out from. Hopefully they fire white during the break. The break is only a couple of days, man. It was a complete disaster tonight. Like I stated, we're going to talk about this game. It was a horrible, horrible game. It was a bad game. Shout out to Lexi Hall. Shout out to Sophie Cunningham. They get an A for effort. You know what I'm saying? They get an A for effort, but overall, shit show. You know what I'm saying? I just have to be honest. This game was a complete shit show. And this is one of the ones we just gonna lick our finger, turn the page, put a check mark by it, and just keep it pushing, man. Anyone has heard the status on Alcastar? If I was Kayla Clark, I'll finish the season and head to Europe. Hey, it's definitely looking that way, man. Smash that like when somebody said I had to switch the game off before the end of the first half. Shout out to Brownsville, Texas in the building. CC biggest defender in the league has to be the coach and refs. I said the coach last night. I crucified Stephanie White last night, guys. If you guys did not see that live last night, I highly recommend you. And to be honest, I'm going to crucify her again because I wasn't satisfied with the answers that she gave us today. So Stephanie White came on record and she stated earlier today that, and if you guys go back and look at this, I said this yesterday. I said Stephanie White is going to come out and say the exact same thing she said last time. It's going to be a day-to-day situation in regards to Kayla Clark return to the basketball team. Now, we knew that Kayla Clark was hella hurt. You know what I'm saying? She put the towel over her head. She was crying. She was doing like we just never. She was grabbing her groin like you know what I'm saying. And so we never really seen something like that coming. Somebody said, why did Satu Sabali drop out? We will find out shortly. Smash that like button. Y'all know I like to wait till it hit the 10-minute mark to really get into the live, get it going. Somebody said Stephanie White is not a good coach. Shout out from Hood County, Texas. Shout out to Texas in the building. West Virginia is for Indiana, the Fever, and of course, somebody said, I agree that coaching staff and front office seem to be spooky as hell when it comes to Kayla Clark. Yeah. They definitely is. I talked about that last night, and we're going to talk about it again. I told y'all, I think we should boycott the All-Star game. You know, I'm looking like I might be boycott. I'm not telling y'all to boycott, but it's looking like we should boycott the All-Star game, bro. Like, let's buy now. No, look, if you got tickets, possibly sell them. Not go to the game. You know what I'm saying? Because it's looking real spooky, bro. If this organization is going to sit up here and lie to us and not be transparent, why should we support them? Why should we support them? Now, we all know Caitlin Clark is hella hurt. This is no secret. The world seen Caitlin Clark get hurt last night. So for y'all to come out here and say she's questionable, that is questionable for y'all to be doing that. The world seen Caitlin Clark get hurt yesterday. Am I tripping? Or did I miss something here? Because I'm pretty sure I did not miss anything. Caitlin Clark was super hurt, and y'all going to come to us today and say she's questionable. You want to know why they said she's questionable, guys? And they're going to do the same damn thing tomorrow before the All-Star game. Shout out to you for the $5 super chat. I appreciate it. Somebody said, salute JTL. I love your content, bro. Would love to collab with you and talk Fever basketball. Let's connect. DM me, man. DM me, bro. DM me on Instagram. I'm always down to, collab and work with people that want to work with me. You know what I'm saying? Everybody think I'm mean. Everybody think I'm just such a bad guy. Bro, I mess with who mess with me. One thing about me, man, I'm a realist, bro. I ain't going to be fake. I ain't going to sugarcoat nothing, bro. Like, it's a bunch of fake people out here on this platform, bro. And, like, people be sneak dissing people. I be direct with my, you know what I'm saying? We just be direct over here, bro. But, yeah, man, I appreciate you. Smash that like button. Somebody said, my old man says she needs to put about 10 to 15 pounds and they won't need worth her. So, from my understanding, the same thing happened to Michael Jordan. So when Michael Jordan went into year 2, Michael Jordan got hurt. I believe in his second year in the NBA, he had got hurt. So Colin Cowherd had a great analogy today on his show about the Michael Jordan comparison, which we're going to talk about that later on. But first thing first, smash that like button, man. They saying Paige balling, bro. They saying Paige balling. There was a lot of things cooking behind the scenes. Now, Caitlin Clark went viral over a photo that has been displayed with her and Sandy Bardello. Yes, of the New York Liberty. There is a photo that is floating around, which we're about to pick up, and many people is insinuating that Caitlin Clark could be trying to plan the outs of Indiana. Yes. People is already saying that Caitlin Clark could be trying to get the hell out of Indiana, bro. So let's head on over to X right now. Pull all of this up, man. Smash that like button. Somebody said Tim Carver fixed Michael Jordan. That's who Caitlin Clark needs. I don't know, but Michael Jordan definitely got hurt that second year. Somebody said it happened to Jordan. That's not a good excuse for letting it happen to another player. It definitely happened to Michael Jordan. But we're going to talk about the Michael Jordan thing again here later in the show. But tonight, we're going to start off the night with this right here. Okay. So to say New York Liberty sent the Blitz. Sandy, Sapp, and Stewie are all talking to Caitlin Clark in the tunnel. So my guess is this right here happened at the conclusion of the game. This, my friends, is currently going viral all over social media right now. That is Caitlin Clark immediately after the game. Now, what's crazy is that her team lost the damn game, but Caitlin is all smiles. She's all smiles. She's all smiles. So many people is insinuating. They're insinuating that Caitlin Clark can be trying to get the hell out of Indy. Now, I ain't going to hold you. Your boy John Liquidator definitely want her to get out of Indy, bro. And it's this photo right here that is really heating up. I mean, this one right here is really breaking the bank, bro. Look, Sandy Bordello got her hand all on Caitlin, bro. Hey. This is looking real spooky. Oh, smash that like button, man. Smash that like button. A lot of people could be insinuating. Somebody said it wasn't just Jordan. The 1980s was full contact like hockey. Bro, that's how this league is. It's full contact like hockey. She needs to leave the WNBA. A lot of people have been saying that she need to just get out of the country entirely. I hope CC get the hell out of Indy. Now, I don't know how this could all play out with her potentially, allegedly trying to get the hell out of Indy, but my boy on X, man, I believe Andy said something here. If I could find it, I don't know if I shared it or whatnot, but he had said something moments ago about Caitlin potentially getting out of Indy, bro. I would love to see her out of Indy. I would love, bro. I said it. New York is the perfect fit for her. New York is the best landing spot for Caitlin right now. Let me see here. I think he might have said it under this other post. Yeah, New York is the perfect fit for Caitlin. I believe he might have said it up under this. Somebody said, okay, it wasn't Andy. So this comment right here, right? This comment said this is likely about the 2026 CBA and not Caitlin Clark getting traded. Oh, my bad. Traded to the New York Liberty. What would the Liberty even trade her for? I guess they have a lot of European talent stashed overseas, but sadly, Caitlin Clark won't be freed. I don't know how true that is, guys. But I would love to see Caitlin Clark getting the hell out of Indy, bro. Somebody said with all the money from Nike and etc., she possibly could buy out her contract. I don't know. I haven't really looked that deep into this, but this photo right here, man, is just, I don't know, bro. I don't know, dog. This is looking very possible. If you leave, she needs to find a way to take Sophie and Lexi with her. She definitely need to figure out a way. Now, I'm not saying she gonna leave. Didn't Bonner walk out her contract? DeWanna Bonner, definitely, but I don't know because Caitlin Clark, right, Mike? So Caitlin Clark is up under a rookie contract. So Caitlin Clark is up under a rookie deal. Let's see here. Let's see if we can pull up WNBA rookie contract. Rookie contract, possible trade. All right. So let's head on over to Google. So this is the contract Caitlin Clark is under. It says WNBA rookie contracts are structured under a rookie wage scale where salaries are determined by draft position. These contracts are typically for 3 years with the team option for the 4th year. The first 2 years are guaranteed, and the team can choose to exercise the option for that 3rd and 4th year. Hold up. Wait a minute. That last look, this last little part. It says the team can exercise. Caitlin Clark. So next year it'll be Caitlin Clark's 3rd year. Somebody said about. So next year it'll be Caitlin Clark's 3rd year with the team, right? Let me just finish reading. Higher draft picks receive higher salaries. All right, we already know about the money. Okay, while rookie salaries are relatively modest, players can earn additional. We don't care about that. The current collective bargaining agreement CBA between the WNBA players and the players union dictates the rookie wage. We don't care about that. So I don't know, guys. I don't think Caitlin Clark can get out of this. Maybe next year because it's her third year. Possibly her third year. Somebody said at this point, whatever her writing is, the contract is all top sheet compared to all of the money she makes. Somebody said, what about the VAW Violence Against Women Act passed by Joe Biden? Yes, CC is hurt. Oh, this is crazy. What about the VAWA Violence Against Women Act passed by Joe Biden? Yes, CC is hurt. These thugs have assaulted her. Yes, they are thugs, and they definitely have assaulted her all season in Tiana. Attorney General needs to get involved. Now, guys, I said something yesterday. It's crazy that they said that, because I said something yesterday possibly about the DOJ possibly getting involved in this Caitlin Clark and Indiana debacle. Because for the simple fact, it is unconstitutional what is happening to Caitlin Clark. And to me personally, this is looking like a hate crime. Definitely a hate crime. And at this point, the way she's getting assaulted, see, Michael Jordan thing happened in the 1980s. It's 2025. That was a man league. This is a woman's league. Now, granted, there is like, this is a professional sport, but at some point, this has to be looked upon as a hate crime. This is definitely a hate crime in my book. I just got to keep it real. This is definitely a hate crime. Now, we have to dive into this game. The press conference did come out. Let's pull up the box score here, because we have to talk about this game tonight. I told y'all I really didn't want to dive that hard into the game because it was just one of the ones that I feel like we could get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, could we get one of these games back? You know, this one of the ones you just turn the page on and just keep it pushing. Because that's how it's looking to me. Tonight was a complete disaster. And I feel like hopefully this is one that we could potentially get back. Let me pull up the box score here so we can dive into this game, man. Like I stated, this is just one of the ones, man. It's one of the ones, and it is what it is, dog. It is what it is. What y'all said in the chat, man. She needs to go to Europe. At this point, it looked like she might do need to go to Europe. I just have to be honest. At this point, it's looking like she might have to go to Europe, bro. All right, so let's dive into this game, man. Let's pull up the box score. Y'all already know what time it is. And, yeah, we have to talk about it. Then we'll talk more about Caitlin, because I wanted this live to kind of be about Caitlin and exactly what they is doing to her, bro. And me personally, I feel like it's just not a cool thing what they are doing, and we just gonna leave it at that. So they lost this damn game 77-98, bro. Ugly game from start to finish. Now, I do want to give the Indiana Fever a little credit, because they are coming off a back-to-back. And they looked it like they coming. I mean, the way they played tonight, they definitely looked like they came off a back-to-back, bro. I mean, there is no excuses for this ass whooping that they got tonight, but you can definitely tell they're coming off a back-to-back, bro. I have to be honest. I just have to be honest. Just have to be. Somebody said, what happened to Bow tonight? I don't know what happened to none of them tonight. I stated this early on. Let's give a shout out to Lexi Hall and Sophie Cunningham for effort. You know what I'm saying? They definitely will get an A for effort here. Yeah, bro. So Sophie Cunningham finished the game with 12 points, 0 assists, 4 rebounds. She played a total of 26 minutes. Natasha Howard, horrible night, bro. Horrible night for Natasha Howard. And like Natasha Howard played extremely bad, bro. And like it's almost like now, since the team is kind of built through her, it's looking like when Natasha Howard play bad, they lose the damn game. A lot of people was mad at Dantas. To me, I think Dantas is doing her role. To me, I like that. Coming off the bench, she can go get you 10 and 5. That ain't bad. She's a role player. She's coming off the bench. This is what you want to see out of Dantas. Now, granted, would we like to see more of this out of Dantas? Yes. But 11 and 5, Dantas showed up. I don't know about nobody else. Sydney Colson played 24 damn minutes and had 0 points, bro. 24 minutes and 0 points. Like, that's horrible. That's just horrible. Y'all saying down in the chat. When CC is on the court, it looks closer to hockey. Somebody said this. Stop. Timpson needs to play. KK definitely need to play. Did she even play? She played 11 minutes. She played. KK need to play more. She played 11 minutes, had 8 points. That's a solid night from her. That's solid right there, bro. Lexi Hall didn't play as many minutes. She played 19 minutes, 5 points, 2 rebounds, 7 assists. 7 rebounds, 2 assists. My apologies. Kelsey Mitchell had a bad game. 16 points, 2 rebounds. Ari McDonald, 10, 5, and 1. Coming on. Well, she started. And what's crazy is that if Caitlin was playing, she would have got you more than 10, 5, and 1. See, that's what they're missing. You feel me? When Caitlin's not there, when Caitlin's not playing, you know what I'm saying? They really don't have a damn point guard. And we got to say the worst for last, and that is Aaliyah Boston, bro. Aaliyah Boston walked out of this game. She played a total of 29 minutes. She had 7 points and 6 damn assists. 6 damn assists, bro. Horrible, 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 horrible. Goddamn me. Just horrible, dog. And it looked like somebody said this is all on Stephanie White. Clearly, it's definitely looking that way. Now, I seen some people was kind of mad at Caitlin Clark agent, which we're going to talk about that a little bit later. But first thing first, we have to get to this press conference. And I really want to look at New York Liberty press conference because I want to know if they said anything about Caitlin being hurt. And I want to know if they going to address this All-Star game because I want to see if they're going to beat around the bush with it as well. So let's head on over to YouTube. Yeah, let's head on over to YouTube. Check out this press conference. And right after we watch theirs, we're going to look at we'll We will be watching. We will be watching the Indiana Fever press conference. Or do y'all want to look at the Fever press conference first? Nah, we finna look at the New York Liberty press conference. I don't really want to hear anything remotely Stephanie White has to say, bro. I'm just whoa, 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 whoa. I mean, they all smiles, bro. Whoa. All right, let's get it, bro.
Breanna, just your stat line tonight is something that only Candace Parker has put up before. So I guess I'm just wondering how much of tonight was just like wanting to put off like a good last game to cap off the first half of the season. And I mean, there were contributions up and down the roster tonight for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I think my mindset was just like, usually the games where you're leaving or you're going into something are the hardest because there's so much happening. You're packing. You got this tomorrow. You got that tomorrow. And I wanted to kind of set the tone and really focus in on here, but also like give credit to the fans. The energy from warm-ups till the end of the game was incredible, and it's just nice to play at home.
Sandy, obviously the Fever missed a bunch of shots right at the rim, but I'm just curious what you made of Niara's post defense and her help as well, because she was able to help hold Aaliyah. I believe it was 1 for 8 from the field.
Yeah, look, obviously Niara is a big body. She's she's learning how to defend these post players, but I think when you can match strength with strength, that's your advantage there too. And then pushing him a little bit further out. So, she's been really great for us here. I know she wasn't probably as involved as much in the offensive end, but she's always, we need her on that defensive end. It starts with her, especially with big post players that other teams have.
And Sabrina, for you, you all have now won 3 in a row, and it just seems like a switch flipped after that Sunday loss against the Storm. I'm just curious, what is it about Sandy's leadership that has helped you all sort of get through the muck of this stretch without JJ, but then also to be able to finish the first half of the season strong?
Well, I mean, there was just this understanding of we got to just find a way and stay together, and we have all we need in the locker room. And, obviously I think we were losing some of those games ourselves. Like we were just not coming out with the right energy. We were not playing Liberty basketball. And there was kind of just this realization of if we just kind of settle into doing that, we're in a really good spot. And so obviously Sandy continued to keep us together, which in a time like that could make or break teams, especially when, we want to go out there and start kind of be at that point how we started the season, which was kind of wheeling and dealing. I felt like everything was so smooth and easy, but you're going to hit adversity at some point in the season, and we hit it really early on. And I think that's obviously going to just continue to help us as we chip away at this season, is we know how to kind of deal with those adverse situations because we just went through it and we're able to weather the storm.
Congrats on the win, guys. Sabrina, Stewart, for both of you, the level of excitement when Marine plays the way she does tonight, both among the crowd and among the players, is palpable. And wondering for each of you, what is it about Marine and the way she plays that gets you guys so excited in those moments?
Yeah, well, for me, I mean, we know the work that she puts in to be able to come in. Like it's really hard to come off the bench and be able to just find your rhythm that quick. Just like from a shooter's perspective, her ability to just stay locked in and engaged. And whenever her number is called, she comes out and she's really aggressive, whether it's with scoring or it's continuing to drive and make the passes that she's able to make. But it gives us a huge lift off the bench. Like there's not many bench players in the league that are able to come out every single night and do what she kind of is able to do on a nightly basis. And so for us, like we continue to pour into her, believe in her. And obviously she believes in herself. Like she puts in the work, and for her to be able to shine like she did tonight, obviously we're all happy for her.
Yeah, I mean, piggybacking off that, I think just giving her the confidence, knowing that it's hard to come in and have an immediate impact, but she does. And her game is so flashy, but like Seb says, like these are all shots that she practices. And we know that the crowd loves it, but we love it even more. And we're just her biggest supporters, and happy to see her kind of just taking advantage of her moments and knowing when it's her time to call her own number.
Ben's right.
Hey, Breanna, over here. Yeah, in the last couple of games, we've really seen strong Izzy Harrison performances. She had another one tonight, 9 points, 3 steals, an emphatic block. Just in the absence of JJ, how have you seen her just continue to build and grow confidence in her role?
Yeah, I think Izzy has just been a pro's pro. And really, that's what she brings to this team. When her number is called, she's ready. And whatever she has to give, whether it's, a steal that happened a few games ago, or coming in and guarding a bigger player, or just the hustle plays, like she knows where to be, right place, right time. And she reads and reacts off of us really, really well. So I'm happy to see her continuing to kind of build that confidence and momentum. But Izzy's a tough player, and I've known her since I've been in the league, and excited to kind of share the court with her now.
The same done.
Hello, all. Congrats on the win. My question is for Coach. To bounce off that question about Izzy Harrison, some of those who aren't going to Indy appear to be playing their best basketball this season. Players like Izzy, players like Marine, players like Leo. So what's your message to that group to keep that momentum alive as you all prepare to go your separate ways for the break?
Yeah, look, I think number one is enjoy the break, enjoy the few days that we do have off, because it's not going to happen once we come back from the break, if you look at our schedule. But I think that's good for us. They've earned it, but they're pros. I think they're coming back. They're going to be doing some working out, in the absence, but hopefully not until Sunday. We'll probably tell them to get off the court as much as we can. And but it's not, physically and mentally fresh for the, to come back and continue to grow our game.
Appreciate your time. Congrats on
Sandy, normally I'd ask this on a practice day, but since you guys are headed to Indy, you were just the subject of a big feature in Marie Claire magazine, in which you are described as the WNBA's.
I saw it on Instagram.
Yeah.
The WNBA's latest style MVP. A fashion designer is quoted as saying you have effortless swag. So I'm just curious if you have a fit picked out for Saturday yet, and then for Breanna and Sabrina, if you could comment on the effortless swag of
Yeah,
Sabrina.
look, I can't take much credit because I have a great designer that puts me in clothes, and whatever she sends, I wear. But I've enjoyed it. And really, it was these two that encouraged me to dress up when Stewie arrived here. So I said, yeah, okay, we'll only do it at home though, because it is New York. So we'll put on a show here. I'm trying to keep up with both of these two players too, and all our players, their little walkway, whatever you call it, that they do. But it's great. Like people, it's, I'm a little bit out of my comfort zone, but I've actually really enjoyed it. And I don't know what I'm wearing at All-Star because it's just been sent to my home. My designer sits courtside at the end, Daniela Kalmeyer. And hopefully it's not too out there. Caught no other options.
She's just swaggy.
Yeah.
Swaggy.
I like that she just wears different, like she changes it up. Like a suit, or like the other game, it was like the sneakers and the graphic tee. Like she just gives everybody what they want.
Breanna tonight kind of captures the kind of trend of your new look shot profile this season with a lot of shots from the basket, not a lot of threes.
Yep.
I guess as you kind of reach the midway point of this year, how comfortable are you kind of adjusting to that different shot profile, and what do you think have been maybe the most critical parts of that adjustment?
Yeah, I mean, I think we try to play to the percentages a lot, like RA attempts and threes. And it seemed like, especially in the first half, anything where I came off of the stagger, like it was a confusion between guards and posts, and I was able to kind of just get downhill. So just taking what the defense gives me, if it's going to be like tonight, I'm going to try and get to the basket every single time because it's so open. And then, another night might be more on the perimeter or, dishing to my teammates, but just locking in. And that's like a shout out to Olaf, because him and we kind of talk about what the schemes might be and what's going to be the look, and just being prepared for different things on every night.
Sabrina, what made you want to do the 3-point contest, and what are you hoping to accomplish this year?
What made me want to do it? I would honestly say I had to really just wait to see what my schedule was going to look like. Because that was really the determining factor on how busy I was just going to be over the weekend. Obviously there's just a lot jammed into like a very short amount of time. And then you kind of come back and you just get back thrown into games. And so for me, it was just trying to see, one, if I was even available that night, and two, just kind of how my weekend shaped out, and, you know, if I had the time, and obviously just excited to kind of be able to participate again. My goal is to try and beat my record. Not sure if that's going to happen, but I'm staying optimistic. But also, I just kind of wanted to go out there and have fun. Like, I think All-Star is a really fun weekend for the fans. I obviously know everyone's wanted me to do it again since I've done it last. So, you know, I think this weekend kind of presented a great opportunity to be able to go out there, have fun, and see what happens.
Yep. Speaking of fun, Michael Parsons, Stewie, was in the building. So what did you make of New York's welcoming in terms of letting
it was a nice change up to have like a boo constantly. But I told him, I'm like, why would you come in here with Knicks gear?
Yeah.
Right? Knicks gear, Cowboys, I don't know. I don't know.
Next. Hey, Sabrina, did you offer Tasha any advice for the skills competition this year?
I just told her to go out and win it. I mean, I think it's changed since I've last done it, because I did it with partners, and I think she's doing it on her own. Correct me if I'm wrong. She's on her own, right? So I think it's a little bit different, but I mean, we're confident in her, like her ability to be able to do a little bit of everything. Like, she can pass, dribble. Obviously, she's really fast, shoot. So I think she's really excited. Obviously, we're going to be there supporting her, cheering her on, and hopefully one of us win.
That is it from them, guys. So we want to talk about Satou Sabally not going to the All-Star game. So that was breaking news. So I want to jump right into that, man. Shout out to you guys for sticking around to watch that press conference. Let's talk about this Satou Sabally news. Shout out to Corey Peterson over on X that kind of caught this whole thing. So Satou Sabally has dropped out of the 2025 All-Star game, which is crazy in itself, but she has. Now, she did release a post on Instagram as well. Chloe Peterson said, Satou Sabally, who is on Team Clark, says she will not be playing in the All-Star game this weekend. Now, I know many people was all like, damn, why she ain't playing, why she decided to drop out, and that's what we finna find out right now, bro. So it says, this is something I believe. Okay, here we go. So this is what she put on Instagram. So she basically said, over the past 2 weeks, I've been working around the clock to rehab my body from injury, with 2 goals in mind: to return to the basketball court with my Mercury sisters as soon as possible, and to be able to participate as a starter in the All-Star game. So she went on to say, unfortunately, my body still needs more time to recover, and I am unable to suit up and play this weekend. So it looked like she is still hurt. She goes on to say, I'm disappointed naturally, but I want to ensure you I'm doing everything I can do to be healthy after the break and give my organization and the X Factor everything I can as we compete to accomplish our team goal. And I'm pretty sure their team goal is to win the damn championship, bro. She went on to say, I will still be in Indianapolis on Thursday to take part in the most important part of the weekend, which is fighting for a free and unquestionably CBA. I am proud to be a part of the WPA leadership community and will fight alongside my peers for a CBA that reflects where our league is and where it's going. Good luck to all of these stars in X Factor. I'll see you soon. So that is Satou Sabally. What's up with you, Fernando? That is Satou Sabally basically letting us know why she will not be taking part in this year's All-Star game, which is crazy in itself, bro. So look like she will not be taking part in this year's All-Star game. Now, before we dive into Stephanie White, I have not seen the press conference, guys. I have not seen the press conference of the Indiana Fever tonight, and I really want to see it because I want to see what the hell she said. So, with all of that being said, before I crucify Stephanie, because y'all know I'm going to give her the business tonight, let's watch this together. We're going to watch this together to hear what she had to say. Let's roll the footage.
The schedule, going back to Indianapolis, but on the road, back to back. How much do you think that plays in? How tough is that to deal with in a game like this against the Liberty?
I mean, that's part of being a pro. I mean, we can't think about the schedule. Everybody's having back-to-backs. I mean, we just got to come in, be prepared, locked in, and be attentive to the details in the scout.
Obviously, All-Stars in Indianapolis, so maybe a little less rest for you all in that it's your city, but how important is rest going to be during this All-Star break?
Yeah, I mean, I think that we're excited to be hosting. I think Indiana has done a wonderful job of preparing, and I think people are really going to love what they have for everyone who's going to be there. But for us as a team, we need to make sure that we're getting our rest, that we're taking care of our bodies, that we're mentally kind of getting away, getting a break. But we talked about in the locker room, like we don't have time once the break's over to kind of slowly work our way up. We have to make sure we're coming prepared, that we're dialed in, and that we're hitting the ground running when we're back.
For either of the players, obviously it's been a crazy stretch. You hit adversity once more yesterday. I mean, how would you describe like what the mood is for the team, just knowing you got to this break, knowing, how tough today went and kind of what you guys need to, focus on as you guys approach the second half of the season?
The mood of the team is okay. I mean, we were talking before the game, and we were just like, we're all we got, so we have to stick together. Things are going to happen like that. And like Coach said, we faced a lot of adversity. We're either going to grow through it or we're going to be bitter. So, I mean, I think obviously we want to grow through it. So, I mean, we just got to come in, reset, and just be locked in and just ready to play.
For either of the players as well, players talk pregame about how you guys have done this without Caitlin Clark before, and you've had a lot of experience, but just how difficult is it getting into a game with 24 hours since your last game, going back to rotations from 4 or 5 games ago?
Yeah, we'd love to have her. I think we all know that when she's playing, it's a whole different team. And then when she's not playing, we're a whole nother squad. So it's adjusting, but I think that we've seen both sides and we're confident in both sides. And, we did play not even 24 hours ago, but we're pros. That's part of being a pro, and everyone has this. And so how are you mentally going to lock in? How are you physically going to try to get rest, but just make sure that we're a unit? And I think we were together tonight, but we were just a step slow, and we can't do that. We have to set ourselves to a higher standard, and hopefully we move forward and learn from this one.
I guess, Ari, just building off that, what did you make of the team's energy tonight?
I thought we had energy in spurts. I mean, I think it could have been better. We could have been more consistent, and it's just disappointing. I mean, that wasn't us. That's not how we play, and that's not our identity. But I just think, again, it's about us and stacking days. So, I mean,
that's the same thing I said, bro. They didn't even look right. I mean, they was out there playing, and it just did not look like the same damn team we seen yesterday. Something was off, and that's why I told y'all, man, we're going to lick our fingers, turn a page, bro, because that game tonight was ugly. I mean, it was bad, bro. I can't even lie to you, dog. Just horrendous.
I mean, we see him again after All-Star, so we just got to go back to the drawing boards and just, make the adjustments and just be better.
Steph, one of the few positives from tonight was Kelsey Mitchell officially passed Mickey Catchings in most threes in franchise history. Just what does that mean for Kelsey, and what does that mean for this franchise as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, that's what a great honor for Kels. So, Catch is cornerstone of this franchise, and, Hall of Famer, and for Kels to be able to continue to chip away at a lot of those records, I mean, is an incredible honor for her. I mean, she's been playing outstanding basketball. She's been offensively at times putting us on her back. She's been doing such a good job of getting good shots and getting her teammates good shots and stepping up and making big ones for us. So yeah, I'm proud of Kels.
We know there's a big meeting coming up tomorrow regarding the CBA. Ari, I'm curious from your perspective, you've been on the receiving end of kind of being in and out, a replacement player. We know that players are advocating and want to see maybe a softer salary cap or an extra position on the roster. Have you been vocal in these conversations just because of your experience and knowing the importance of maybe an additional roster spot?
I haven't been vocal on that, but I think I just gotta, educate myself a little more, talk to Soph and just talk to Breezy and stuff like that. But I mean, I'll definitely be in the meetings and just taking notes, this weekend.
Yeah, Steph, just kind of on tonight, New York shot 58%. Just where did you see the breakdowns defensively?
Yeah, I thought it started with us just being really soft. They didn't feel us. They're an outstanding offensive team. They're obviously an outstanding defensive team too. And we didn't disrupt at all. They didn't feel us. There was no resistance. We weren't in passing lanes. We let them pass the ball and move wherever they wanted to. So it's outside of just execution of schemes, it's having a little bit more fight and resistance on the defensive end. And when you give a great team with lots of Olympians and a lot of talent, space to operate, they take advantage of it. And so I just felt like from the jump, it wasn't that we didn't play hard, but we didn't play smart at times and we weren't disruptive enough.
Steph, I don't know if you noticed or heard about it, but during the game, Caitlin got honored as the WNBA Player of the Year in the ESPYs. Just what does it mean to have her impact so far? I mean, there are a lot of really.
Hold up, bro. It's hella funny. Somebody said Stephanie White is a Jeff Fisher on the WNBA empty talk, bro. She is extremely quiet tonight. Somebody else said, Coach White, can you tell us what you're thinking on rotating out players when they look like they were getting going? I don't know, man. Stephanie White, look, it's the press conference from earlier. The one I really want to see, the one from earlier today, that one was
good players in this league, and she got honored as the best player in the league.
I'm on it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously she continues to get new awards. She continues to break barriers. She continues to do things that we haven't seen before. I mean, obviously you think about the Stewie's MVPs of the league and, championship winners, and Asia's MVPs of the league and championship winners. And of course, Sue Bird, who was sitting, in the building today. And, Caitlin is so fortunate, as well as all these guys, really. I mean, that they don't know anything any different than the WNBA. Right, like they've seen their idols play. They work their asses off to get to where they are, and to be able to be honored, whether it's the ESPYs or whether it's league awards or whether it's All-Star or whatever. I just think they continue to then lead the way for the other young players that are watching. So we're proud of Caitlin. ESPY is a big thing. And we're going to continue to support her.
Caitlin Clark did win an ESPY tonight for the WNBA best player. We're going to talk about that too as well. She definitely did. So we're going to talk about that. So guys, stick around for the live.
But at the end of the day, for our team and our group, yes, we have momentum. Yes, we have one of the greatest players in the game, but collectively we got to put it together. And we've got to continue to lean on one another and be better.
Steph, with the break now officially here, what do you see as the priorities for this group? Is it about rest and reset? Is, especially just given the uncertainty about what the next few weeks will even look like?
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys need to do to be that version of the team that you want to be?
Yeah, I think so. I think rest, mental, physical, emotional kind of reset. Look, we faced adversity. There's no doubt about it, but we've also grown through it, and we've talked about it from day one. And no matter what keeps coming at us, every team in the league has faced some sort of adversity. We've got to stop talking about building consistency, and we got to start doing it. We got to understand that every single day we're going to see opponent's best shots, and we got to be ready for it. And then we got to find, I think, some sort of dog in us, right? Like we play hard, and at times when we can be disruptive and be really good on the defensive end. And at the end of the day, that's got to be consistent for us. That's got to travel. There will always be days where we don't make shots and we're not quite in a flow offensively. But I think our mentality on the defensive end has to come back strong. It has to come back sharp. It has to come back hungry.
Steph, what impact would an added roster spot have, do you think, when you're considering the injuries across the league, whether it's, again, replacing an injured player or just having that extra person or potentially even two?
Yeah, I think plural, extra spots.
What up, Dennis?
Shoot, back in the old days, I think we had 15, right? We had 15 and we had 2 on IR at the time. But it's not just about having players every day in practice or building, most rotations are 8 players, 9 players, whatever. It's about when injuries happen and you need somebody else that's going to be in the rotation, that you've had players who have been in practice every day that have continued to get experience. It's about building quality depth in our league so that when we have expansion drafts, we've got players who are ready. And it's about continuing to grow young players who might not be ready as soon as they come out of college. I mean, you think about the NBA and how they draft, and they draft on potential and they develop that potential. They're not expected to go out and just make the team. That's why they have the G League. That's why they have those positions and lots of player development guys that are working with them every single day. I think it's time for us to grow in that area. I really do. And then we'll be prepared. And, last year when I was in Connecticut, we had multiple times where we had to have hardship contracts. And especially towards the end of the year, it's hard to get players to come in on hardship contracts, and they don't know the system. You're teaching them things on the fly. Not everybody's area that comes in and just gets it right away. So I think it's important. I think it's a next step. I think it's a natural next step. And it's time.
That was a good freaking answer, dude.
So that was Stephanie White, man, at the conclusion of this game. Like I stated, guys, that ain't the one I really wanted to see. I wanted to see the one from earlier, because the one from earlier is the bread and butter. That's when she blatantly, once again, lied to our face, talking about his day-to-day with this Caitlin Clark injury, all these different scenarios they're playing out. And me personally, I feel like they're just not very forthcoming in the Caitlin Clark department. Now, they did speak about Caitlin Clark winning an ESPY. Yes, Caitlin Clark did win another ESPY tonight, and we finna talk about it, bro. So as y'all didn't know, if you will, if you haven't heard, the home gal, Caitlin Clark, let's scroll down here because they posted it. I think it was right before the game started. That's when news broke about the ESPYs. And did they not post? I thought they posted Caitlin Clark ESPY. Let me see. Did I go too fast? There we go. Here we go. So, let me get ready and book it. Add that to the stage. All right. So hopefully you guys can see this. So Caitlin Clark won another ESPY. I believe this is the second year in a row she won this ESPY for WNBA Player of the Year. They said congratulations to Caitlin Clark, WNBA Player of the Year, man. Now this thing right here has over 700 comments, 35,000 likes. Think about that. It's 35,000 likes on this post, bro. 600,000 views, bro. Now, we can look at all of the other damn posts. We could take a second and look at all of the other posts around this post, and it just don't nearby have that much shock value, bro. I mean, damn near 1 million views on this Player of the Year, man. 700 comments, bro. The engagement is crazy. Crazy engagement. Just, shake the haters off, bro. Crazy numbers, man. Shout out to CC. Well-deserved. State Farm even got in on the action, bro. Somebody said it should have been the entire league. Who said that? I don't know. Congrats to CC. Caitlin Clark wins W. Is this it?
For you in the meantime. Thank you very much.
What's this?
And the winner is Caitlin Clark, ladies and gentlemen. Okay. I'm going to accept this award on behalf of her. It's a nice accessory for you in the meantime. Thank you very much. She's obviously not here right now. But all right, when you think about all that Caitlin has done in the last year, what has stood out to you?
I see just exponential growth of the game, right? She brings eyes to the game so that the next generation can come out and thrive. Just a dynamic player, just exciting to watch. Her villain origin story has started, and she loves to play into it, and the fans eat it right up.
She's
and so
not
we
a
can
villain.
see the next generation coming in and carrying it along.
She said she was a villain?
It's so exciting to watch too. I just love it all.
Beautiful. Okay, so I'm gonna go mail this.
Did you say Caitlin Clark was a villain? She's not a damn villain. We're with you 100%. CC, congratulations to Caitlin Clark and well deserved. It's been a tough 24 hours, man. One of the ones, the best. Bro, why they be doing Angel Reese like that, bro? Oh, look at her, bro. Oh, look at her, bro. So if y'all notice on the channel, man, I've been trying to, not bag on Angel Reese so much, man. I kind of been just leaving her alone. Yeah, bro, because it's just nothing there, bro. Like, I just been leaving Angel Reese alone. That's why, like, I have not really been making a bunch of Angel Reese videos, bro. Like, there's just no reason to talk about her at this point. Somebody said she mostly injured, face of the league. Caitlin been the face of the league, man. But yeah, man, it's just crazy, dog. It's real crazy. Who is this?
WNBA, she's a full house, so she can continue doing what she loves most.
Continue doing, man, Shane. I guess somebody made a joke about Caitlin Clark at the ESPYs. What is this? What is she? Caitlin posted on Instagram. Oh, she wooed Sydney Colson wore the commissioner dress, guys. Check this out. I didn't even see that. So, where's that joke? I appreciate you guys staying up kind of late here with me tonight. I know it's been 2 late nights in a row, man, but I've been active, man. I've been going live. There's 2 lives in a row. I done went live after the game. Used to get a little, I don't know. I ain't going to say it. Now, he jokes about Caitlin Clark.
She's going to work at a Waffle. When Caitlin Clark retires from the WNBA, she's going to work at a Waffle House so she can continue doing what she loves most, fist fighting black women.
Oh, that wasn't funny. That wasn't funny, bro. That wasn't funny at all. That was not funny, bro. So, look like Caitlin Clark posted this, man, on her Instagram. Hunter Summers, I love whatever's wrong with her. She wore the same dress that the commissioner wore. And I wonder if Sydney Colson did this to get the commissioner attention. No bigger villain in basketball. People were mad at her coach. Yeah. And we're not done with Stephanie White and the organization either. Bookmark this. Caitlin Clark will never be a New York Liberty for the exact same reason she was never a UConn. I don't know. I could definitely see her going to New York, man. I normally agree with people on a lot of stuff, but the best college athlete of the year, Juju. I think this is the second time Juju won that award there. Who's that? Temessi brand new mural in the Mass Avenue neighborhood. That's so dope. I like stuff like that, man. That is just so dope. Caitlin Clark Stewie. So, like I told y'all earlier, man, this picture right here is just gonna go viral and break the internet, bro. So to wrap up the live, to put the cherry on top, I want to look at the pregame interview because I was gonna make a video about this pregame interview because now we're not going to look at it long. I don't want to look at it long. I want to look at it long enough to get to the Caitlin Clark stuff, which is in the very, very beginning. So the Caitlin Clark stuff is in the very beginning. Now this right here don't sit well with me. Let me move some stuff out of my ways. Now, guys, excuse my language. I have not seen all of this. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I wanted to react to this on the live tonight because I think Stephanie White is full of shit. I really do. I really think she's just full of shit. I'm sorry. It's going to be one of them ones. So let's dive into it. Let's watch some of this and let's see.
Thing is just trying to keep her in good spirits. Had a lot of setbacks with all these little injuries, and we just have to take it one day at a time. It's frustrating for her.
Now I'm finna stop her ass right there. Stephanie. Now you instantly said opens up the damn interview with we gotta take it one day at a time. Ain't that the same damn thing you said last time? and Caitlin Clark was out 2.5 weeks. 2.5 weeks, Stephanie. That was the same thing you said last time, Stephanie. And you're part of the blame with the injury. Yes, Stephanie White is part of the blame, bro. Because you, Stephanie White, decided to take the ball out of Caitlin Clark's hand and put her in this damn motion offense. You helped the team kick Caitlin Clark out. Look,
I'm sure, especially, and I think, you know, for us as a staff and as a team, just trying to keep her encouraged and trying to keep her to stay the course.
Hey, Steph,
What's up, Doug?
can you give any specifics of, like, did she have imaging today? Was it just see how she's feeling? And I know you have a game tonight first, but is there any discussion yet about this weekend with her? Because obviously she's a huge part of All-Star.
No discussion yet about this weekend. There was imaging done. And, you know, obviously ruling her out for tonight. But there hasn't been any discussion beyond tonight.
She lying. Look at her face. She's bold-faced lying. Stephanie, why you lying? You know you lying. Somebody said I saw some speculation earlier suggesting that they're saying day-to-day keep the sick. Who said that? Who said it? Bro, I said this. Now, y'all know your boy John Liquidator, and this is going to be my first time saying this. I'm supposed to be going to Indiana. Supposed to be flying out tomorrow. Supposed to be flying out tomorrow, guys, to go to Indiana. I was supposed to be in Indiana tomorrow, bro. 24 hours, I'm supposed to be in there. I'm about 80% possibly not going, bro. Because of this BS. I'm about 80% not going, bro. I'm supposed to be catching my flight tomorrow to Indy. They're trying to downplay Caitlin Clark injury to save them $500 nosebleed ass ticket prices. But y'all care about the fans. But you care about the fans, though. Let's finish this.
And Steph, just obviously to that point, you know, when it's a re-injury, when you're trying to figure this stuff out within the context of the goals you guys have set over the long term, you know, does the timetable change? Or maybe you're having a conversation with doctors, but there's also a sort of a larger understanding of having this happen a second time, a third time, like, you know, that we have to think about this in terms of September, October as much as anything else.
Yeah, I mean, I think that we've approached it that way from a slow pace from the beginning. This might just be my ignorance, but I'm not really sure that it's a re-injury as much as a different kind of injury. I know oftentimes when you're working with injuries in the groin and the quad and the hamstring and all of those things, there's just they're all kind of tied together, and it's not always just one thing. You know, so I think, yes, absolutely. The big picture is the most important. For her health and wellness long term, and for our team, and to, you know, we've been very slow in making sure that every time she comes back that she's ready. You know, so we'll continue to approach it like that. I mean, long term is the most important.
And just in terms of on the court impact, we talked to Sandy a little bit about, you know, the things that you guys have learned with Caitlin out, and, you know, watched a lot of film, unfortunately, a lot of film they're able to see. What have you been able to see and learn about the Liberty playing without John Paul Jones, which is something they've had to do a lot of as well?
Yeah, you know, I think there's just a different emphasis in how they play. The ball moves around the perimeter a little bit more. They have more versatility. So the actions that they run are a little bit different. They have a little bit more versatility on the defensive end of the floor. I always thought they were already a versatile team, you know, on both ends. But, you know, playing small ball at times has its advantages. And I think that they've been able to find ways to continue to not just be dangerous, but really lethal, you know, in these small lineups, the way that they're able to spread the floor, the way they're able to create driving lanes and driving kicks for threes. And you see them a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more disruptive in their switches on the defensive end.
Hey, Steph, Annie Costable, Front Office Sports. I know you said you haven't had a discussion about this weekend, but we obviously know, just based on what she said, how excited she was for this weekend. So what's the balance, or what's the emphasis on long-term health over excitement over this weekend? What conversations have you had regarding that?
We haven't had any yet, honestly.
She lying, bro. You lied again, Stephanie. Look at her face, bro. I'm not a body language expert, not at all. But bro, you can see the line. She can't even look at the damn reporter when she's answering his question. Stephanie, you're horrible for this.
You know, the most important thing for me was just making sure that she was okay. You know, anybody who's been injured, as most of us have, right? It's being injured and continuing to have setbacks is frustrating. Mentally, emotionally, oftentimes being injured is isolating. So, you know, from my standpoint, the primary conversations that we've had last night and today are just checking in. Are you good? How can we help? You know, we're going to continue to stay the course. We've got you. We're supporting you. You know, Caitlin and her team will make decisions when it comes to All-Star. You know, and for me, like
so she passing the buck. She passing the buck. Caitlin and her team. Y'all said Caitlin and her team. That's what she's trying to say. She's trying to pass the buck. Damn shame, bro. Damn shame. She's trying to pass the buck, bro.
It's a big deal for us to have All-Star in Indianapolis. And of course, with Caitlin being a focal point of all of that. As the coach of the Indiana Fever, it's not a bigger deal than our long-term season. But it's also part of the fun. So, you know, those are conversations that Caitlin will have with her group. I probably won't be a part of those, but we're going to support her no matter what.
And then just quickly listed as questionable earlier today. What changed regarding going from questionable to
just the imaging that she was able to get this afternoon?
So she did take an MRI.
Hi, Barbara Barker.
So basically, Stephanie White is confirming that Caitlin Clark did have an MRI done today. That's how you know she's lying. She knows she's hurt.
News Day. I just wanted to ask you, I mean, you went over very well, just how frustrating, and anyone who saw, you know, the game last night was heartbreaking in a way. I mean, how much is the physicality that she has to face on a nightly basis? This is not a direct result of that, but having to face that all the time. I mean,
Mind you, Stephanie White is kind of responsible for why Caitlin Clark is enduring so much physicality.
how hard is that for her to deal with? And an injury happens. Like
It is tough. You know, certainly someone who has the ball in her hands as much as Caitlin.
You took the ball out of her hands. You just lied again.
The physicality that she's experiencing for 40 minutes, it causes you to load differently, causes you to explode differently. It causes you to accelerate and decelerate differently. It's not the free flowing movement, you know, that we want to see when it comes to freedom of movement. And I think all of those things, at times, while it might not be one blow or another, over time can contribute to that. That's why freedom of movement is a huge emphasis from our coach's standpoint when we have conversations at the league level. So can you point it out to one thing or the other? No, but I do think the physicality with which teams are able to play with her is a factor.
Steph, we've talked a lot about the rotations finally. Well, we thought they were finally going to be kind of solidified, and then obviously now Caitlin's back out. So just over the last 24 hours, how have you guys as a group tried to just collect yourselves to be like, we've done this before, we can do it again? And what
I am just so mad, bro. Like, so much BS, bro. Like, just so much bullshit, bro. Like, she lying, dog, and I just hate a liar. Just lying right to your damn face like that, man. Just damn, dude. Just, I don't know, man. Let's move on to another story. We're gonna do a couple more stories here because I did miss some stuff today. She just lying, bro. We got to talk about the viewership for last night's game, the bloodbath. I'm gonna call it the battle royale of Boston, bro. The massacre of Boston, bro. Tuesday night, ESPN aired another of its most watched WNBA games ever with the Indiana Fever win over the Connecticut Sun. It averaged 1.7 million views, peaked at about 2 million. It kept key male person demos on cable. WNBA across ESPN platforms is up 10% from the 2024 year. ESPN airs another of its most watched WNBA games ever. Tuesday, July 15th. That was the game yesterday, man. It said ESPN 5th most watched WNBA regular season game ever. And peaked at 1.7 is up 48% versus last year. And it's up 29% from last year as well. 431K viewers, man. Season to date across WNBA ESPN platforms is up. A lot of fans said, I find it funny that the viewerships you brag about is Fever. How did the Sky versus Lynx do on the 11th? Hey, that is crazy. How did they do? The Fever rising, and so are the numbers. WNBA is not just growing, it's dominating a little bit, man. This despite most WNBA being Hatelins. Please instruct your team. A lot of people can say what they want, man. It's just crazy. Fever announcing giving Caitlin her flower. Oh, so they made an announcement at the ESPY.
Caitlin Clark was named WNBA Player of the Year just about an hour ago. The other nominees included Nafisa Collier, Angel Wilson, and the Liberty's Breanna Stewart.
So they're going to viewership numbers from the game. Hopefully, we'll get some from this game here. Let's see here. Now, Sandy Bordello did speak about Caitlin Clark before this game. I want to play this here for you guys real quick. This is what she had to say.
Yeah, you never want to see a player get injured, and a player like Caitlin coming back has had a few injuries this year. She's a great player. It would have been good for our craft to see her, but hopefully they get to see her after post All-Star, get to play them again. As for the All-Star, I'm excited to get to know her a little bit. I think that's the part of the All-Star. It's going to coach players that you haven't coached before and get them to know them a little bit and enjoy the whole celebration. Yeah, you never want to see a player get injured, and a player like Caitlin coming back has had a few injuries this year.
So that was Sandy Bordello speaking about Caitlin Clark not being able to play. Now, we did catch them checking up after the game. It is what it is, man. I don't believe Caitlin Clark's going to play in this All-Star game. I'm going to keep it real with y'all. I'm not going to lie to y'all. Say it's day-to-day. It's questionable. It's all this and that. Then Stephanie White going to get on there and say, well, we haven't really talked about that, but it's really up to her team. Like, you keep lying. You keep lying. Well, it's day-to-day. Now, how the hell do we go from being day-to-day to now it's up to Caitlin Clark and her team? Let me know. Because now it sounds like you're trying to pass the buck the more you get asked the question. Because you trying to say it's up to Caitlin Clark and her team if she going to play for the All-Star game. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's looking real spooky. I'll tell you that. And I will tell you another thing, guys. I don't know if I'm going to Indy, bro. I'm kind of pissed off about this. I'm asleep on it, bro. I got a flight to catch in the morning. I'm asleep on it, And if I cancel my flight, I'll just keep my damn credit. I'm going to keep my credit, bro. I appreciate the super chat. Classic movies and radio shows. Good work as always. I love the energy and the emotion you bring, man. I appreciate you. God bless you, brother. God bless you so much, man. It's just real, man. I can't get on here and be fake, man. This is my real life day to day. I love sports. Love Caitlin Clark and the Fever. And I just hate that they're lying to us, bro. Like, just say she ain't playing, bro. Save people the money. It's like y'all don't care about the people, bro. Like, I just hate when people don't care about the people, bro. Like, damn, care about the people and they money, man. What if somebody finna spend they light bill money to go see Caitlin potentially playing? And y'all know she ain't finna play, but they lights finna get cut off over them wanting to see Caitlin so bad. Y'all don't think about that. What if somebody finna take, they rent money? What if somebody took their rent money and now they finna fall behind a month on rent just to go see Caitlin Clark play potentially once in a lifetime experience, Indiana All-Star game? And now anybody with common sense knows she ain't playing. But y'all hawing around this day to day, then it's on her and her team. Like, you changed it up like 3 times, bro. I don't know, but I'm asleep on me going, guys, get down in the comment section. Let me know y'all thoughts about this. Keep them bells on. I'm coming right back tomorrow, man. I want everybody to enjoy their All-Star break. If I do decide to go, I'm going to bring you guys live coverage directly from Indiana, boots on the ground. If I don't decide to go, I'm gonna still be live reacting to whatever's out there, bro. But I'm gonna sleep on it, guys. I'm just mad, guys. I'm just mad. I cannot support this. What they doing to the people, bro. You know, I'm all for the people, and I just want to see the people win and get what they want. But I'm not going to support a lying organization, guys. I just can't. But like always, until next time, man, check the haters off. I'm out of here, baby. Peace out.